EGM Network.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and Realtor for Life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. This is the Lori Davis Show. I am Lori Davis. I will be your Realtor for Life. I talk about Vero Beach. I work with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. I've worked with them. I'm about to get my 20-year anniversary in January of 26, which is crazy to think that it's been that long. Thank you, Cindy. I deserve that.
Yeah, you do. That's a big deal.
It's a long career.
Yeah.
It's been a great ride. It's been a great ride. But we're talking about our guest today. It's a business where you've got clients, and for me, Realtor for Life means it's you buy a home, you come into town, you're working with me, we find you a house. Then 3-5 years down the road, you're like, you know what? I want a condo on the ocean. So we're going to sell the house that you bought. We're going to find you a condo on the ocean. We're going to take care of that. Then your sister's moving to town. She needs a house. So we're going to go take care of that. And so as the life changes and people age out, then now we're going to go to assisted living. And it's a Realtor for Life just means that my business and the way I'm committed to my clients is once we've worked together, once you're one of my clients, you'll be one of my clients for the rest of your life. All you have to do is call. But I stay in touch. But but everybody, it's kind of funny. And it's a referral business, obviously. A lot of family and friends. We get so many people calling with regard to that. And why? Because Vero Beach is such a beautiful, unique place to live. People can live anywhere in Florida. There are homes and condos all over the place. But Vero Beach provides a product, is a lifestyle that's very different than you can find in a lot of other communities. It's very, very unique. Everybody that comes here falls in love with it. And I'm excited. I've been here 25 years, and I love it when I see people, I'll spend a day with them, and then they'll go back to their hotel and have some dinner, and then I'll pick them back up in the morning, and they will have sat and chatted with people and met people out at dinner, and they're like, everybody is so nice in this town. So you just really don't find many grumpy people, do you, Cindy?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Some days maybe me. I got Roger on there. Some days maybe me, I'm grumpy, but not usually.
No, in general, you're not the grumpy guy.
Nah, I'm not the grumpy time.
No.
This is a tiny town. It still stays tiny.
It is kind of little, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how are you doing, Cindy? What's going on over there?
I'm good.
What's happening?
Grace is all ready for Christmas. She literally got a 10-foot Christmas tree. I couldn't believe it. We're like, is that real?
It's a Griswold Christmas tree?
It totally is. I'm like,
isn't she living in a mobile home?
No, they got that 5-bedroom, 3-bath house.
Oh, I didn't know about the house.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, they did.
Okay.
They got it like right away. The trailer went back to Texas.
Okay, I knew there was a trailer.
Yeah, that was 3 kids in the trailer with a dog and too much. That was
and a 10-foot Christmas tree.
And a 10-foot Christmas tree.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah. So we're all excited to go.
Oh, good. Yeah,
good.
You're headed up for Christmas.
Headed out for Christmas.
That's great.
I'm ready to go right now.
I know you are. It's a couple more weeks, Cindy. It's coming fast.
It is.
I mean, it's like already the 8th today, I think, or something like that.
It's the 9th. It's like only 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So,
it's crazy.
We're ready. Everybody's ready. I haven't done a lick of purchasing for Christmas.
I
don't
know.
Nothing. What do they need? I mean, I ask James all the time, and he'll give me his list the very last minute. Jim Davis, he wants for nothing.
Right.
So, yeah.
We're just getting together. That's the big deal.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving was like that. That was the memory for me, was just being with family, having a big family Christmas.
Yeah.
Up in Alabama. That was a great time.
He's on the naughty list, isn't he, anyway?
Who's that, Jim Davis?
Yes.
100%.
He's not getting anything.
Let's do this. Let's introduce our guest, because we love him and he needs to be part of the conversation.
He does need to be
we
part.
love. He's a senior VP, private client advisor with Brown & Brown Insurance. He's been in the insurance business since moving to Vero, 2015 maybe?
2015.
That's what I thought. Specializes in insuring high-value homes, condos, and provides a full suite of insurance products. He does home, auto, umbrella, jewelry. He can do anything for his clients. Our guest today, he has a beautiful wife, Samantha, 2 beautiful children, Lucy and Riley. Let's take this opportunity to introduce Roger Lynch.
Thank you.
We love having Roger Lynch on the show.
Love being here.
Yeah, this is so good. This is great. Well, listen, what I wanted to do, he's talking about what's going on around town. and it is kind of busy. There's a lot of things going on. But first, I want to talk about Citrus Grill House. We're going to come out of the gate because we have a fabulous beverage that they have provided. Today is Citrus Grill House's top shelf margarita. Now, this is, remember I was telling you, and you remember to go over there because I have a whole new drink menu. Right. Each week I've been picking one of those so that I can have a sponsor, with one of their new drinks. So this is Casamigos tequila. It is their homemade sour mix, which has no preservatives, no additives, no sugar, nothing. But it's homemade. And then it's got Grand Marnier. That's what makes it top shelf, because you got top shelf 2 liquors in there. So it is absolutely stunning. Roger, what do you think?
I'll tell you after my second.
Okay, good. I know. I'm like, I ask him a question. We're drinking, both of us. We can't even get to the answer. No, it's very good.
If I have a third, then
that's right.
then we're in trouble.
That's right. Well, we'll have to go over there after it. Go over to Citrus Grill House. We love Citrus. It's right there at Hummiston Park. It is 1050 Easter Lily Lane, right next to Hummiston Park. It is on the ocean. So you need to make sure if you go for lunch or dinner, if the weather is nice, sit out on that patio. It is stunning. Now they're open 7 days a week. They just started that in season now, so you can go Sunday over there. But I think Sunday is just dinner. I think it's like a 5 to 8 thing. But he does Sunday gravy sometimes, so you'll be able to do that. But thank you, Chef Scott. Thank you for everyone over at Citrus Grill House for providing for us. What's going on around town? There's a lot. There's the Christmas Carol at the Vero Beach Theater Guild. We love that. These are all local actors and actresses that do these productions. So it's kind of cool. I think it's neat that we can have people that are, Riverside, these people are professionals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little more down to earth when you get over to Riverside, to the Theater Guild, but we love that group over there. Live in the Loop, Riverside Theater just keeps chugging along. They do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the music outside. It's great. It's, it's different every night. Thursdays tend to be more bluesy. Friday, they get some old bands that play kind of some older music. But it's just so much fun. And the weather's great. Right now the high today was like 71 or 74. It was awesome. So, and then the Vero Beach Ballet is doing the Nutcracker, which would be fun to see. It's a ballet. I'm not much into that, but I know that a lot of people like it, and the Nutcracker is a classic. So get over there and check that out. Sorry about that. On to the topic of the day. Roger is my friend, and Roger is a referral for me. I get a lot of my clients over to talk to Roger when they move to town and they want to buy insurance. Your home is more than just a roof over your head, obviously. It's probably your greatest asset. So it's very important that you get with someone who understands. And we were just talking about before the show, if you're buying a house and you're insuring it, we all think you should. I always recommend that people do. But Roger, the question is, and a lot of people will ask me, do I have to have insurance? Do they have to have insurance?
Depends. The real simple answer is if they're paying cash for it, they can do whatever they want.
Right.
Self-insure, they can pick any deductible. They can't typically pick their coverages, but they really have the flexibility of having wind coverage, not having wind coverage. Where we start getting a little bit handcuffed is if there's a mortgage or a bank involved. The bank will mandate
definitely. They're going to make you get it. They will.
Depending on the flood zone, they're going to say whether or not you're going to have flood insurance in order to meet the requirements of the loan requirements, and then they're also going to cap some of the deductible options that you have. So if you're paying cash, which as you saw in a recent article, there are more people paying cash than not. So
it is true.
There's a lot of people looking at different options versus a bank. So it really just depends if you have a mortgage or not.
Right. And you and I have worked together. Sometimes now, does somebody's credit score have something to do with their insurance?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Can you deny homeowners insurance to somebody?
No, but it's kind of like a credit score. So the carriers do use third market research to try to identify, any potential risks. If you have somebody who is very claim heavy, it's not going to be a carrier's, dream client to insure. So they will look at it. In all honesty, I've not seen, a carrier sit there and say, hey, no, we're not going to take them unless there's obviously been a severe pattern of claim activity. Most of the time, they'll just look at it just to make sure that there is, a history of, paying their bills and not
Right.
being abusive in filing claims.
Right, right. Well, and probably it's like, sure, we'll insure you for this price.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And at the price that you need,
Yes.
like, or the go away price,
Yes.
right? We've seen that, and I don't mean that they purposely do that, but sometimes people they'll get they'll get quotes from different things, and some companies. We were talking about one that was on my street, and let's talk about this because it is a topic of conversation. My client has a house. We've sold their house.
Yep.
It was $1.8 million, and they were paying $3,600 from their carrier. They were down in Miami, so this was their getaway home.
Sure.
And then the new buyer comes up, and they're paid $1.8 million for their house, and now it's $14,000. So tell us about how does that work?
So unfortunately, you cannot transfer a homeowner's policy from one homeowner to another. Basically, you have to start over and write a whole new policy because, again, you have new clients. We have to look at everything differently. They could have different deductibles. They could have different coverages. They might rate the home as primary where the previous owner had rated it as secondary. So there's different variable factors. As I said, the current client or current owner could have had that policy for 15 years, have been grandfathered in.
They did.
At a much, much lower rate, potentially with a carrier that's no longer even writing in Florida, but they've been grandfathered in. So, for example, we have a carrier called Frontline, which is
Love me some Frontline.
Love Frontline. Now, in 32963, in that zip code, they are currently closed for new business.
They are. Okay.
So if you have Frontline and you get a renewal, that's great. And then what will happen is I will get calls and saying, hey, my neighbor has Frontline. I want Frontline for my new home purchase. Yeah. Fortunately, it's not available.
Can't get it. Yes.
Eventually, in 2026, they'll open back up to capacity. But right now, for new homes, that carrier is not an option. So there's a great example where somebody might say, hey, listen, I have Frontline. I want it. Yeah. It's just not available. So the good news is, which I think one of the things I wanted to come on the show and talk about was the market has improved considerably and continues to improve. The fact that we went through this season without any hurricanes, there's several changes that DeSantis made with rules and regulations that were very enticing to carriers coming back into the market. So when you see a multitude of new carriers coming back into the market, obviously increases competition, which increases or helps drive premiums down. Right. So we are seeing a lot of renewals come in flat. We're seeing renewals come in even lower than they were the year before. Yeah. So the overall attitude or feeling in the market is considerably better than it has been in the years past. Yeah. So, and we're hoping that that trend will continue. So
right. That is, it is true. I've been reading about it, and of course DeSantis did do some good things. I mean, he's been really helping. Now, the thing about people thinking about Florida and insurance, premiums are going to go up. Generally, they're going to go up. Yeah. But what are the factors that are driving those increases? Is it, I mean, there's obviously weather related, those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's just, listen, in all honesty, we're on a barrier island in South Florida, and carriers know that. And obviously, we're just going to be more susceptible to weather-related claims than anywhere else. So a lot of the challenges I find is, customers, as you see, coming from the Northeast corridor or other markets outside of, Florida, pay a very modest price on their homeowners policies
really
compared to Florida. So when sometimes they're buying a home that's even less value than the one they have up north, and we put quotes together, they have a tendency to get a little bit of a sticker shock seeing what the numbers are, but we have to have a very open and honest conversation and saying, listen, what we are insuring is not relatable to your other home up north or wherever you might be. This is a barrier island in South Florida, and there's just more susceptibility to weather-related claims, and unfortunately that's what 60% of your premium really is built into the wind coverage. So when you have wind coverage, that is really what's driving the premium. So, we just have to have that open, honest conversation and what you and I do all the time is just educate, our customers on what the market and what the realities are, because if we can do that and explain to them, this is how it works, generally most of the time they're like, okay, maybe I don't love it, but
if you want the house and you want to insure it.
If you want to buy a very, very nice car, but don't want to pay the premium for it, those are the tougher conversations you have. But, most of the time we deal with very nice people who are understanding, successful.
Sure.
And that's one of the benefits of Vero is we just have a lot of very successful individuals from all different types of backgrounds. So they're smart people, so that they get it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I don't typically lose, and I hope you don't lose, piece of business because of the insurance costs. They usually are like, let's work. We always can find different carriers, different options.
Sure.
But insurance has not been a factor where I want somebody not to make a purchase on a home.
Right. And then you can pick different coverages, right? I mean, there's things you can do.
There's lots of changes you can do. Deductibles are one option that you can do. You can self-insure, as much as you want to do. It's basically what your risk tolerance is.
Yes, it is.
So if you're willing to take on more risk and assume more responsibility in the event of a claim and pay that when that claim happens and you pay more out of pocket than the insurance, you're going to be rewarded with lower premiums. Right. And so as long as we can give them those options, I say it all the time. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what I have. Some clients love high deductibles, and I have some clients who like low deductibles. So that's what I love about the business. It's not cookie cutter. Every client is unique. Every home is unique. Yeah. And we just have to sit down and again have that open, honest conversation and customize a insurance policy that best fits your needs and budget. Yeah.
Because like I've been in my house and I've had my front line forever. Sure. Let's just say, what would be, I mean, I could lower I don't need to lower mine, but somebody that has an insurance policy, they want to lower it. Yeah. And so basically, can they come mid-policy? Like I've been doing this for 15 years and now, Roger, I want a higher deductible or whatever. Does it? You can do that?
Yeah, so I think the benefit is now that the market has improved so dramatically, we have more carriers in the market. Yeah. What we always can do is remarket the policy. So we can take the policy as it is and go out to different carriers and say, hey, listen, we have this policy and, we want to see, we can do an apples to apples comparison. And some carriers are just honestly going to be more aggressive than others. And, if we can find you a premium that I think is worthy of making a change, then sometimes you can cancel midterm, get 100% unearned whatever the unearned premiums refund it back to you, and you can make a change. Yeah, it just has to be, it has to make sense. And somebody says, "Hey, I found you, a $1,500 savings." Sometimes it's it's not worth to make a change for savings like that. But sometimes if you can find meaningful savings, it's always helpful to explore. And again, now that we have a better market. Yeah, I'm spending a lot of my time doing exactly that.
Are you? Because I mean, you're an advisor. You've got you got a financial advisor, you've got an insurance, you've got an agent, you've got a doctor. I mean, the professionals that we are, and you should revisit that conversation every now and again.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a consultant. It's my 100%. Job is to help educate, help understand, help clients understand the market, what the kind of pitfalls are, what they should be aware of, and again, help find them the best coverage at the most competitive price possible. And do that because there are some carriers, look great on paper, but they're not as good. So again, it's my job to just hold their hand through the entire process and make sure that they feel at the end of the day that, if there's a problem, they have, somebody that
they know who they can call.
They know who they can call.
Call Roger Lynch. On that note, we pay for this with a couple commercials. So we're going to take a break right now. We'll be back with Roger Lynch from Brown & Brown Insurance. We're going to ask a few more questions, find out a little bit more about it, and we're going to make sure to get you Roger's phone number or his email contact. So if you have any questions, you can call Roger directly. You can always call me. We'll be back in a second.
Vero Beach is out and alive. Music's playing, people are dancing, the dance floor's packed. It's the Sunset Saturday Concert. Fun and free for all on Ocean Drive. With live music by The Reckless Shots. Food, wine, and beer. Presented by GHO Homes, the Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce, Millennium Cremation Service, and Mangrove Sands Golf Club and Restaurant. The Sunset Saturday Concert. Saturday, December 13th at 5 p.m. at Hummerston Park on Ocean Drive, Vero Beach. Now that's the life.
This Christmas, let Marsh Landing do the cooking. Enjoy pecan-encrusted mahi, roast beef, honey-glazed ham, or oven-roasted turkey with super salad and a glass of house wine. Make reservations for a Southern Christmas feast at Marsh Landing Restaurant.
Create your restful retreat and save 50% now on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture during the Home for the Holidays event at Sunshine Furniture. Sophisticated looks with a mix of coastal and Caribbean styles, Tommy Bahama offers everything you need for your personal paradise and is all half price. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of in-stock coastal and casual sofas, love seats, chairs, slipcover sofas, bedroom dining, and occasional furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Best Chair, Hooker, and Riverside. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have any style of patio furniture that you need, including a gallery of Made in America, Berlin Garden, Pollywood, Woodard, Lloyd Vlanders, and Telescope. We specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, and fire pits. Come in now for our Home for the Holidays event and winter sale. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales center directly across the street, Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
I got these on backwards. Okay. You got a margarita, you get a couple minutes off, things come back, and then a little discombobulated. Anyway, welcome back. We have Roger Lynch with us from Brown & Brown Insurance, a dear friend and just so knowledgeable. You really, we were talking about insurance. We're talking about homeowners policies, umbrellas policies, car, auto, boats. Do you do boats?
Sure.
You guys do it all. They do it all. Anyway, we wanted to talk about flood insurance. It's a topic of conversation.
Why wouldn't you?
I know,
Why
right?
wouldn't you?
It's so stimulating, but it's a necessary conversation we need to have. Tell us, why do I need flood insurance, or who needs flood insurance?
So the only thing I say is on any homeowner's policy, flood is excluded. It's not a covered peril. So what that simply means is on your homeowner's policy, it's covered for wind, for fire, for theft, liability. Flood would be considered storm surge. So if you think of what happened in Tampa 2 years ago, even though it was a Category 4 hurricane that pushed all that water inland, they got a 15-foot storm surge. Right. So you saw people, second story of their house, they have 2 feet of water in their living room. Right. That is a flood. Okay. And that is not covered under your homeowner's policy. Okay. So if you do not have flood coverage and that happened to you, there would be no claim to file. So the question I get asked all the time is, what's the history of flooding in Vero Beach? Yeah. And historically, we've not had, but amazingly, since we're wedged in between the Indian River and the Atlantic Ocean, how we've not had, flooding is beyond me. But it is something that, with people talking about global warming and, the water rising, hey, if that happened, and I can't say with, crystal ball, it will never happen. But if it does, people
will need it.
And want to make, especially if you're riverfront or oceanfront or, that's something that scares people. So they want to make sure that, they have that type of coverage. So flood is an important policy to consider. Yes. If that is something that you keep you up at night, not knowing.
Now, generally speaking, there's the National Flood Program, the FEMA plan. Yep. But you're writing other flood policies.
So there are now what we call private flood carriers that are available that compete with FEMA. That sometimes can be more competitively priced. So, we will look at every option available to find you the best coverage. Right. So, FEMA rates have consistently been increasing, and by a sizable margin. So even if you are in the lowest probability of flooding, which is called this X zone.
Yes, I'm in the X zone.
You're in X zone. Those rates now could be still thousands of dollars.
I know. Mine's already, I think it's $7.99 now. It just goes up every year, whatever.
So my policy is fairly similarly priced, but if I went to market and redid mine as a brand new policy, it would be $10,000. So the rates have gone absolutely through the roof.
Really?
So, again, it's important policy. That's why we're remarketing those as well.
I wanted to say, one, I need to talk more about flood, but we only have about 30 seconds. Roger Lynch, how would you like people to get in touch with you so they can call you?
Brown & Brown Insurance, publicly traded company, one of the largest insurance and most respected brands out there in the market in the U.S. United States. So again, I'm right on Beachland Boulevard. And again, it's Roger Lynch. I've been in the business 11 years, made a lot of nice friends out there. So email, phone number, whatever.
You can find Roger at Brown and Brown.
I have a great team.
Yeah, you do. You do. Thank you so much for coming with us today. It's the holiday season. You took time out of your busy day.
Thank you, Lori.
To come with us here on the Lori Davis Show. Yep. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you learned something today. And if you have any questions, you can go to Brown & Brown Insurance right there on Beachland Boulevard and find Roger Lynch. If not, you call Lori Davis at Dale Sorensen Real Estate, and I will be glad to take care of you and anything that you might need. Be good out there. Be safe. Drive slower. There are a lot more people out there. Relax. Have a good week, and we'll see you here next week.